Well, it is officially 3 o'clock Eastern Time. My name is Jared Bear Fuller, and joining me this week is Dad with his noisy cell phone because I think he's playing a game on the phone. Okay, they can hear that. So how you guys doing? It is officially 3 o'clock Eastern Time. My name is Jared Fuller, also known as Jared Bear. Today's date is Sunday, August 7th, 2022. Lots to talk about this week. There's been a lot going on. I have been incredibly busy these past couple days. The noise you hear in the background, that's the fan blowing because it's really hot in here and it's hot outside. So first things first, we went to Billy's, didn't we? Yeah. On Monday, yeah. See, I'm already forgetting things I've done. So we went to Billy's on Monday. That was a lot of fun. Then on Friday, was it Friday? Yeah, Friday, I went to Frankenmuth out to Bronner's. Then I went to Durand to benefit for a local warrior who was battling leukemia. And then yesterday, I went down to Novi to hang out with a friend of mine that I met on Facebook. He lives in Ohio, and he vacationed, or I wouldn't say vacationed. He's up for this weekend in Michigan. He's down at the Michigan International Speedway down in Brooklyn. And because there's a big NASCAR race going on down there this weekend. And so now he's down there and he'll be going back. I don't know, probably today or tomorrow, depending. I'm not sure when they're going back to Ohio, but I knew he was going to be in Michigan, so I had driven all the way down to Novi, which is near Detroit, and hung out with him. We went to Outback Steakhouse for dinner. First time to Outback Steakhouse, by the way, and that's no lie. It was pretty good. I had their chicken, and it had bacon on it, and it was smothered in cheese. And then I had this really just awesome macaroni and cheese. I don't even know what they used on it, but it was really good. And it came with French fries, and I had for an appetizer we had pumpernickel bread, which I've never had before until last night. What's that? What's expensive? Oh yeah, Outback Steakhouse is expensive, but it's steak. I mean, steak isn't cheap. Mm-hmm. Drink of water, ice water. Yeah, so there's a lot to go over. The Saginaw County Fair wrapped up. What was it? It was today? Oh, it's done today. Okay. Today, yep, the 7th. All right. And then, then the Shiawassee County Fair is coming up. So there are a couple of things, big things to go over. Actually, a few things to go over. So the first thing that to us is pretty major. Amy has a birthday coming up on Wednesday. She's going to be the big 5-0. And I think she might be watching out in the camper right now. So be sure to wish Amy a happy birthday. She's going to be 50 years old, big 5-0. I don't know if I don't know if you and Amy had anything planned for her birthday. I'm not sure. Dad hasn't decided yet, but yes. So everybody wish Amy a happy birthday for Wednesday because that's when her official birthday is. And that's my cell phone telling me that heavy rain has been detected near Chesaning. And it was raining very lightly before I went live on the 3 o'clock here, but yeah. So that's one of the big things. Next month in September, I am planning a trip to the Upper Peninsula. I've been talking with some friends of mine who live in the Upper Peninsula. Of course, some friends that I've spent weekends with before. Well, they have other friends, and so I'm not going to give their names, but they have other friends who want to meet me, and we're going to work out some dates, iron out some details, and I'm going to be making a trip across the Mackinac Bridge again. up to the west side of the Upper Peninsula, and I'm really looking forward to that. Really exciting stuff. And there was a third announcement that it just escapes me now. Damn it, I had it right on the tip of my tongue. What was I going to... Oh, yeah. Yeah, now I remember. So while I was down in Novi yesterday, it came to my attention that someone had called my mother, wishing death upon her, and calling her a bunch of names. So to that person, I don't know if they watch my channel. I really don't care. But you are going to be facing some serious consequences for that. You don't fucking call my mother. You don't even call my dad, and you don't wish death on my parents. You don't call my parents just to call names and be stupid. If you want to be whore trash, do it on your own time. Leave the rest of us sane people the fuck alone. And I never want to see you again. I don't care if I ever see you again. So that's what I wanted to get out of the way.
You know who you are.
Yeah, you know who you are. I don't need to mention the name. They know who they are.
Everything that we've done for them.
Nobody calls my mother or my father wishing death and then calling them a bunch of names. There's going to be consequences for that, and you know who the fuck you are. So just be prepared. That's what I wanted to talk about. And there was something else I wanted to discuss too, apart from that. What's that? Oh. So as everybody knows, September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And while I won't be participating in raising awareness on social media or here on YouTube, I just want to make known that I'm still very much, as much as I hate to be counted as a +1 in the demographic of childhood cancer survivors as adults, I am somewhere, somehow, some way. And I do recognize the children who are fighting. I recognize children who've passed. I recognize children who are, survivors. My attitude and my feelings towards, children fighting cancer in general has not changed. I still show my love and support to all the fighters, all the warriors, all the survivors, and to the families of the deceased. I show my love and support all the time. That's never ending. It's unwavering. It's rigid. It never goes away. And while I won't be participating in actual advocacy efforts, I haven't done that in years now, about 3 years. I want for anybody who's watching this to just keep in mind that whether you love me or hate me, I am still very much a part of this. I just don't buy into the bullshit and the direction that this advocacy stuff has taken. I have deviated from that, and I do my own thing. I don't make efforts to, I went to the benefit on Friday for the local child battling leukemia. Not a problem. I met his parents. I didn't meet the warrior, but I met his parents. I don't know. They didn't seem to be too thrilled about meeting me for whatever reason. I have no clue. But that's not to give satisfaction to the haters, thinking that they have somehow provoked someone's thoughts into making them dislike me for whatever the reason may be. I don't know. But I did shake the father's hand. We actually talked, and he seems like an all right guy. The mom seems pretty cool. But I guess every situation's different. Like, some people are really ecstatic to meet old Jerry Bear, and then there are those people who are just like, okay, he's just another guy, which I don't mind. Typically, I don't mind that. But I was there for their kid. I didn't have to be there. I wanted to be there. And That's pretty much the case with everything I've done regarding childhood cancer. I didn't have to be a part of anything. I didn't have to do anything at all. I did not have to raise awareness. I did not have to talk about my personal battle. I didn't have to do anything. I wanted to do it with the hopes that it would be beneficial to someone else in some way, shape, or form. I have put my heart and soul into this, poetically speaking, because I don't believe in souls, but I put my heart into advocacy. I talk very personally and deeply about childhood cancer and the things that I remember as a kid. And for me, it's never been about popularity. It has never been about the popularity. Some people just won't let that go. They think they got to be number one in everything. They think they got to be, Mr. Macho Camacho. I'm going to be the hero who swoops in with my imaginary cape and saves the day kind of a person. It's childish. It's childish. Just put your ego to the side just for once and say, I know what those people are going through. It shouldn't be about you. It's not about me. Certainly not about me. But I give my story. I put my story back out into the demographic of people. So they know who I am. They are aware of my battle. They are aware of what I understand personally. And I think the kicker with all this is that the parents don't like the idea that I can relate directly and I can relate more to their child's circumstances than they can. And they're the parents. I think that's a big player in that. I don't know what to tell you. I can't change that. Facts are facts, straight up. I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know how I'm supposed to change that or how I'm supposed to, make you feel better. I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. I am a childhood cancer survivor. And when I write letters to the cancer warriors and the survivors, they know 100%, they know that I'm speaking from the heart. I speak from personal experience each and every time in each and every letter, whether it be in a letter or even on Facebook for that matter. My posts about childhood cancer, I don't bullshit anybody, and anybody who's friends with me on Facebook understands I'm not going to bullshit you. This is where I'm at with my feelings. This is what I know. This is what I know to be the case, that this does happen or could happen. And I'm reiterating back into the demographic to help people. I don't care. But that's where I'm at now. I'm not in it for I'm not going to post anything on Facebook about X number percent of whatever and this, that, and the, I'm not going to engage in all that. Most of the parents on Facebook do that. My friends who are parents of cancer warriors, which, they can do that if they want to. I wish they wouldn't. I prefer that these parents or even the kids speak more openly and fervently and more passionately from that experience that they had up close and personal. I don't care, I don't care about statistics. It's like it's not at the front of my priorities, not like the individual person is at the top of my priorities, because I care about the individual. I would like to think that myself, including your children, are more than just numbers. I would like to think that they are more than just statistics. And the chat log is open if anybody would like to discuss this with me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Maybe you agree. Maybe you disagree. Either way, the chat log is open. Come on in. Let's have a civilized conversation. But if you give me any crap, or if you're going to come in to be a smartass, you're gone. But I encourage anybody who actually has a personal understanding about childhood cancer to come into the chat log and we can have a conversation. But I'm not going to be engaged in any of this nonsense about, X number percent of this and X number percent of that. And, there's a percentage of this happening, percentage of that happening. I don't know. I don't know the percentages. When I was an advocate, I may have been more thoroughly interested in that. But now that I'm just on my own, I don't care to be called an advocate. I don't want to be a part of any whatever movement that most of the people think there is, which there's not. They're delusional. They're living in a fucking dream world. I live in reality. I don't give a fuck about percentages. I care about the individual. I care about the individual. And you can, like I said, you can post whatever you want. You can talk about whatever you want. Did you know that this percentage of that? I don't care. I know what that is personally. I don't need numbers. I don't need percentages. I don't need statistics to tell me how serious childhood cancer is. So I just wanted to get that out there. I will probably talk more about my personal experiences on Facebook next month, but just don't expect much if you're friends with me on Facebook. Somebody's calling Dad. Oh, this water's so good. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Special shout out to my friend Kara, because I know she listens while she's cleaning her house. So hello again, Kara. I used to do shout outs to a lot of people in the Sunday video updates. I kind of held back on that for a while. I don't know. I just like to get right to the point and talk about things and just, to get a lot of things out of the way. What? Is it really? Is it a downpour? I can't see it. I can't hear it. And you left the door wide open, Dad. Okay, but it's interfering with my camera. It's too much light for the camera. Oh, the cat thunder. Yeah. But I've been doing most of the talking. How was your week?
Oh, my week is all right. It's just a little depressing, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll go over to Grandpa's and, talking on for Danny. And, well, we're starting to realize a few things about Grandpa.
Yeah. And I know you weren't here last week for the Sunday video update, but I talked very openly about Grandpa. And just to briefly reiterate from last week, I had spoken about my grandfather. I miss him and I love him, but I don't approve of a lot of things he said and done over the years. I wasn't particularly close with my grandpa. Most people on Facebook think I was. I wasn't. Do I miss him? Yes. Do I love him? Yeah. But I'm just not happy with a lot of things he's done.
I'll say it again. We were on the back burner when we were kids. We were on the back burner when we died.
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't talk about that last week, but Dad just did. He just kind of pushed the envelope a little bit. So because Dad mentioned it, now I'm going to have to say it. my grandpa was an absentee father. He was never there for my dad. He was never there for my uncles or my aunt.
We grew up taking care of it.
My dad had to take care of his mom because my grandma had epilepsy, and my dad and my uncles had to take care of my grandma and their little sister, my Aunt Cheryl.
Me and he took care of our siblings,
That's what I'm saying.
care of our mother.
And so grandpa was gone. Grandpa was never in the picture. He was too busy running around doing whatever he did. He was never there for my dad or his own kids.
In fact, he said he took us to Disney World.
He-
We've never been to
he
Disney World.
just 1 second. He never attended anything like, after school activities. He was never there physically, only when he was drunk. He beat the hell out of my grandmother.
Beat the hell out of us.
He beat the hell out of his own kids.
My boys.
So my grandpa was not, he wasn't as great, and I know I shouldn't be saying this because he's dead now, and it really wouldn't be fair, but I'm going to tell it like it is. My grandpa was not as great as people thought he was, or the way that he wanted people to think he was, which, technically nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, but he done a lot of horrible things. And he was never there for us kids. He was never there for his own kids. He was too busy being there for everybody else's
He was
kids.
only there for the roses.
And by that, my dad's step brothers and stepsisters,
He was always over there for them.
for the roses, don't say that word.
Wow.
He was always there for them, and he wasn't there for his own family, his own kin. So I wasn't going to talk about it, but Dad brought it up. So
He treated that woman better than he ever treated our mother. He did things with that woman that he should have done with our mother, never did.
can I get some more water? I drank that really fast. I think I'm dehydrated. There should be some ice up in the freezer. But yeah, I wasn't going to talk about it, but it seems Dad brought it up. I just gone ahead and completed, finished his sentence, so to speak. But yeah, I don't want to get into that too much. But I'll just leave it as that. My grandpa was never really there for his own family, and there's a lot of resentment. And I was never close with my grandpa. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but he's gone now. There's nothing we can do to change that. We can't bring him back. We can't rewind the clock. All we can do now is live our lives and get on with life and try to make the best of every day. That's all we can do. I miss my grandpa. I love my grandpa. Yeah, he's, he wasn't the greatest person in the world, but he was still my grandpa. He was the patriarch of the family. I loved him. And I'm sad he's gone, but he really did some things that were not so nice. They were not so great. So I'm just going to leave it as that. The phone said that we've got some heavy rain in the area. Oh, thank you. I've been drinking. Ooh, bumped the mic. I've been drinking a lot of water, which I think might be much more healthier than, well, I know it's healthier than the Pepsi, but I enjoy Pepsi. I can't help it. I'm a Pepsi drinking man. When I was down in Novi yesterday, they didn't have Pepsi, and in their assortment of beer, they had no Busch Light. Let's see. What do we got going on? Okay. Wow. Some strong thunderstorms in the area. There's no severe thunderstorm warnings yet, but there's a lot of lightning coming out with these storms to the northeast of Owasso right now. And there's a strong thunderstorm near Perry. Oh, there's a little bit of action going on. And there's a heat advisory for Oakland, Macomb, and Wayne counties in southeast Michigan. So that's Detroit, Pontiac, and Mount Clemens. Okay, I'm done looking at the weather. Let's see. I got a new. Don't mind me, folks. I'm just checking my notifications here on my phone to stay up to date. Oh, I see myself. Let's see. All right. That's gonna do it.
Showed up for his birthday today.
Who?
Joe, Amy's brother's birthday today.
Nah, I don't care about Amy's brother. Honestly, I don't. But anyway, I got my ice water. Oh, it's so good. Got to reply to a text message real quick, folks. All right. So I'm a very popular person. I'm a very popular person like every day, which that's never my I don't know. It's never my my thing. It's never my aim. People love me for me. They see who and what I am and what I'm about, and they'll either gravitate towards that or run from it. So I'm not gonna sit here and nitpick on who loves me and who don't, because I can't be bothered with that. I just live my life, and it's gonna push people away, or it's gonna pull people towards me. And for either reason, for good or bad. So was there something you wanted to say, Dad? What? Yes, it's very hot. It's very hot. And I think that's why I'm drinking so much water. Very dehydrated. Oh yeah. I don't know how that slipped my mind. There's just so much other stuff going on. So I thought I mentioned this last week. Maybe I did. I've been so busy I don't remember what I said in last week's video. But a guy named Darren Horger, he worked at Horger's Farm and Automotive in Chesaning. His dad owns it. Martin, I think his name is Martin. Well, Darren passed away at the age of 57, 56 or 57. He had cancer, and he was a really generous guy. Always helped us whenever we had questions about our cars, because usually I go to Hoarders to get like replacement bulbs for brake lights, tail lights. I get serpentine belts for the vehicles. He was always a nice guy, and he was, he had a sense of humor, and he was a member of a few clubs around Chesaning, which I did not know. And so he had cancer. He was a young guy. Our love and condolences go out to the Horger family, although I don't know who watches these videos, or I don't even know who realizes that this channel is existent. As some guy from Chesaning has, I don't know who knows about this channel. I don't know about the locals or the not so local people who know. I know there's people in Kansas who know about this channel. I know there's people in Louisiana. I know there's people in New York. I know there's people in Oklahoma. I'm sure this channel gets out to a vast majority of people across the United States, no matter where you're watching this from. But I just put it out there. It was Dad's idea. So his name was Darren Horger. He passed away at the age of 57. He was a local from here in Chesaning, and he worked in the local business, Horger's Farm and Automotive. So our love and condolences go out to the Hoarder family. And there's been a lot of that going on, a lot of death happening as of late. But I'm not like some people, and I don't wish death on anybody. I don't care how much I don't like somebody. I don't wish death on them. It's a horrible thing to do. And like I said, that person watching or not watching, it doesn't, I have no clue. But there's going to be consequences, dire consequences for them, for that. Now, it's true that my mom and dad are both grown adults. They're grown ass adults. They can handle their own affairs. But I guess what I'm trying to say is don't contact me saying that someone's wishing death on you or threatening to kill you if you're going to do nothing about it. You know, I don't know what the point of that is. I really don't know what the point of it is. You work up the courage to tell me about how someone wronged you, but you're not doing anything to make them pay for what they've done. I don't get it. I don't understand. What am I supposed to do about it? You know, that's my initial reaction. And I shouldn't have to, you know, make anything happen because of this. I mean, there's people who've wished death on me. Okay. Oh, well. Big deal. You know, that's a reflection of them, not me. Anybody wish death on me? It's happened. I've had death threats. I've had people wish death on me. I haven't fucking gone anywhere yet. What's the holdup? You know, so that's kind of where I am with that on that side of the token. It's like, I love you, Ma, but what am I supposed to do about it? But on the other side, I'm pissed that anybody would wish death and call my parents just to be stupid and trashy and just disgusting. I don't know. Keep selling yourself to pay your rent, by the way. That we know about your little whore ways. So keep going. It works.
One thing I want to say, Judge.
What's that?
People, you have to realize there's mentally ill people out there.
Mentally ill?
Yeah. Or, you know, and like the young guy that got shot up in a while.
Something else I don't know about.
Yeah. Somebody had problems. So why didn't they just talk to them or what? They shot him.
But see, you're talking about things that I didn't bring up, so they don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So again, because Dad mentioned it, now I got to bring it up. There was a shooting at the bar. It's called the Avenue Bar. It used to be called Hickory Lounge on Corona Avenue in a while. So it was a young guy. He has mental issues, mental health issues, and he was shot. He didn't die, did he?
No, he was shot twice in the abdomen.
Oh.
He had a gun in his hand.
But even still,
Where did he get the gun?
even still, it's horrible. You know, it's a horrible thing to happen. But I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about someone who would be so just trashy to be calling someone to wish death on them.
What comes around, goes around. That person's going to get what's got coming to him.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not going to say how. I'm not going to say when. It's going to be when they least expect it. And no, it's not a threat, but it's going to happen when they least expect it and in ways that they didn't expect. I don't threaten anybody, by the way. I don't make threats. Like I said, people have threatened to kill me. I've had people wish death on me.
Somebody wanted to kill you, and I told them come to the house.
I'm still here. I mean, people were, you know, this is how childish people are. Like, I've had someone threaten to drop napalm on my house. Where the fuck are you going to get napalm? You don't even live here.
Why don't you drop your balls and come to say it to my face?
Yeah. Yeah. Let your balls drop.
And come see me.
Come to Michigan. Tell me where we can meet up and say what you got to say to my face.
See what's going to happen.
Yeah. I don't know. I've gotten to the point now. I just call people's bluffs a lot of the time. It's all bullshit. I don't.
They ain't nothing but a bitch. You want to tell me come do it. I'm tired of waiting.
I don't have time for it. You know, it's all bullshit to me. I don't have time for it. It's all talk. But what's going to happen to this individual? They're going to be in for a rude awakening. It's not going to be painful. It's not going to be anything relating to death or anything like that. But it's going to happen unexpectedly in ways that they didn't expect. So,
They're gonna get caught up in their own love for saying stuff.
yeah, I mean, you're gonna make death threats and wish death on my parents, and you know, like I said, the the wishes of death were put on my mother. And as much as I love my mom, I love her dearly. And I was upset when I read that yesterday that someone would do that. I love my mom. I love my mom. But my mom has to be the adult and take care of this in a way that, you know, is responsible.
Stop doing it.
I can't fight everybody's battles, but I don't like it when people are calling my parents, making, you know, stupid comments and calling names and getting my parents upset, calling them names and wishing death, and it's childish. And this person, and they know who they are, they never had brains that their God gave a fucking piss ant. And I have no time for it. You know, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's not, and you know, when I say that, I know it sounds horrible. It sounds horrible. I know it does. But let's be realistic here, Dad. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
You need to call a police officer.
Although it is harassment, it's targeted harassment. It needs to stop. And the person who is being nasty towards my mother should be in jail. She should have her kids taken away from her. Yes, her. She should have no access to her children. She should be either in jail or in a mental institution. She needs to be dealt with.
We need to beat her ass until it's not bullshit off. And we will eventually.
I'm not inflicting violence.
I'm not either, but if somebody
I'm not encouraging violence either, but this has got to stop.
It will eventually.
So, I have another subscriber. My phone just lit up to tell me that I have another subscriber. I'm just Mr. Popularity today. Oh, well. Anyway, I have about 20 minutes left in the show. I thought I would try to gather some coherent thoughts and keep everybody in the loop on what's going on.
My brake fixed.
Dad got his brake fixed on his truck. I don't know what I'm going to be doing this week. I did a lot of traveling last week. Now what? Oh, that's Facebook. This is why I try to keep my phone away from the computer when I'm doing the Sunday video updates. Like Dad said, it's too early to tell. I don't know what I'm doing this week. I don't know if I'm going out to Billy's tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to have the money. Well, I generally don't make plans, but if I'm pretty certain about something, like I want to go to the Upper Peninsula next month, and I want to hang out with my friends, and there are some friends that I have not met yet. We've only became friends through Facebook. We're going to be meeting up, and she told me to get back with her on some dates when I'm going to be in town, and we're going to arrange a little meet and greet, maybe get some pictures taken, which is fine. But you know, to go back to what I was saying earlier about the benefit on Friday. Now, I didn't mind going to the benefit on Friday. I was dead set on going to the benefit in Durand on Friday. I wanted to be there. The Warrior wasn't there, but his parents were. And I wanted to meet them. And I got the impression, although I did have a nice conversation with his parents, I had gotten the impression that they really weren't thrilled about meeting me. They really couldn't care less either way. And they know that I had written letters to their son, who was the warrior, by the way, telling him about my experiences and that I too had Dr. Scott, Dr. Guerra. And I thought that maybe they would have taken that into some consideration. You know, I've been a survivor for 33 years, and it's not about me, of course, but even with that being said, I wouldn't have reached out had I not been able to talk about those things on a personal level. Like talking about the fear of getting pokes and the fear of, the ultrasounds, because I never liked ultrasounds ever. EKGs and x-rays and, all that stuff I had to go through, chemo and radiation, all the stuff I had to go through. I wouldn't be in the position to directly talk about those things had I not gone through it. And the whole point of me writing letters to warriors and survivors is to reassure them that someone in the world understands, that someone cares, and that they are worth the time of me writing to them. So that way they know that someone understands, someone truly gives a fuck about them and the situation at hand. I'm not getting anything out of this. I don't do what I do thinking I'm going to get something in return. But at the same time, meeting them at the benefit, I was just kind of taken aback by their body language. They didn't act like they were interested in having a conversation, although they did, and I'd like to think they were nice about it. I don't want to think that they were being fake or, pretentious in any way. But I just got that feeling from them, that vibe, that they really didn't care either way if I was there or if I wasn't. And, I have the utmost respect for the parents of the cancer kids. Some of them, very limited now, some of them. And most of that had gone away by the stupidity of parents who believe everything they're told. Now, I can't say that that's the case with this set of parents. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're just not sure about me yet. And with that being said, that would have been the golden opportunity for them to get to know me and to actually want to engage in conversation. But I just got that weird feeling from them that body language is everything. And it just rubbed off a lot. And it's like, wow, they don't even act like they care that I'm here. And part of that had to do why I didn't go on the poker run yesterday. The main reason is because Dad has issues with his motorcycle, needs a solenoid for his motorcycle, and he's not able to ride it until he gets that part. So that was one of the other reasons. And plus, I was down in Novi yesterday, so there was no way I was going to be able to make it. But and this is no disrespect to the kids' parents. I'm not here, to disrespect them, because like I said, they did have conversation, and I got to shake the father's hand, and we talked about a few things. And the mom seemed kind of uptight about some things. Maybe it's because she didn't want to be there. Maybe it was because of something else that had happened prior to them showing up at the event. I don't know. But I would have liked for them to at least acknowledge that, we have a child, a cancer survivor here, 33 years since going through that stuff. It just seems to me like they would have inquired more on my life or to ask questions. So that way it would give them an idea, or it would give them some kind of hope or comfort for the future of their son. But I don't know. It's human behavior is fascinating, and it's really weird, and it's a shame that people pretend as though they they want to pretend like they're your friend, or they put on this show that they care. And it was just horrible. It's horrible to feel like you're not wanted somewhere. That it leaves a bad feeling in your gut, especially when you can relate to someone's situation. But I don't know. I don't have any ill will or resentment towards the parents. I think, like I said, maybe they were just agitated enough as it was that they had to be there for a benefit, because they don't want to have to go through this with their kid, and I don't blame them. Who does? Nobody wants to have to go through this with their children, where now they will do anything to raise money for their son or their daughter who's sick with cancer, of all things. I get it. Nobody wants to be in that position. But they should also try to, and this might be easier said than done, and maybe I am speaking out of turn, but maybe they should also try to see the bright side that's actually there for their kid, and not, looking at it as, well, we don't know about this guy, and he's only ever written letters to our son to cheer him up. Well, that's all I've ever tried to do, was to cheer him up and to get him to understand that he's not alone. Someone out here gets it. But I don't want to harp on that too much, because I don't know. The more I talk about it, the more it makes it sound like it's a horrible thing. And it's not a horrible thing. It's just the body language that I was getting. It was just not what I expected. And like I said, I don't make it about myself, because it's not about me. I wasn't there for me. I was there for their son. But it would have been nice to just, it would have been nice for them to actually inquire a little bit, or ask questions, instead of just assuming that they know everything about everything. Because truth be told, I don't know everything about everything in childhood cancer. I know quite a bit, but not everything. So that's that. I don't want to carry on with that too much. But we're going to see how much time is left in the show. I have been here for quite a while. We're already going on 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. Well, over about 12 minutes, because it's 3:48. Was there anything you wanted to say, Dad? Anything you wanted to talk about? And I do apologize if that fan is blowing into the mic. It's just really fucking hot in here. Because I'm roasting. 90? Yeah, nothing is on. Just the fans, the computer. That light gives off heat too. It's roasting in here. It's really hot. Good water. Huh? Dad's got his shirt lifted. Like the whole world wants to see that. But, oh well. Okay.
You need to check on your neighbors being so hot.
Yeah, check on your neighbors. And, yeah, it's roasting. It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't so muggy.
Yeah.
It's very muggy outside.
Check on your elderly. They're the ones that's going to need coolness.
It wouldn't be so bad either if we had like central air or an air conditioner, or
You got a lot of rain to cool it off.
yeah, it's just really just hot. And there's people who don't like the heat, like myself, and there's people who do. I don't understand people who like the heat or the muggy. I'm just not a fan of that at all. Yeah, my Uncle Danny does not like the heat.
65, 70 is good.
Yeah. It's cooler. It's not muggy. It's not.
Man, when it's 90 degrees in the house, 90 outside.
Well, you know what I can do? I can ask Siri. Uh-oh. My glasses went on the floor. Okay, where'd my glasses go? Oh, right here they are. Okay, so why don't we ask Siri how hot it is outside? Hey, Siri. Current temperature.
It's about 77 degrees outside.
77? Probably because of the rain. The rain cooled it off a little bit. Yes, Chesaning, Michigan. 77 degrees. Oh, I have officially run out of things to talk about. Hate when that happens, but I think I got everything out this week, everything I wanted to talk about. Next week is, I think, the 14th, next Sunday. So I'll be back for the Sunday video on the 14th of August. Haven't had any issues with the internet being interrupted. Every once in a while, my service gets interrupted. I don't know why. But not so much lately. It's actually been nice. Oh, yeah, that fan is, the air from the fan is blowing on the mic. Yeah, because you guys can hear it. I do apologize for that. It's just really hot, and I just need air. Yeah, I don't know what's happening this week, guys. I couldn't tell you. Amy does have a birthday coming up on Wednesday. She'll be 50 years old on August 10th. So if you're friends with her on Facebook, or even, here while the chat log is open, you still have about 10 minutes to wish her a happy birthday. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on other than her birthday. I have no clue. But as for the two of us, Dad and I think it's safe to say we're doing pretty good. My mom, she's doing all right. Despite the fact that people are wishing death on her. Like I said, again, I love my mom and I hate it when people treat my parents like shit, but I don't know what telling me is supposed to do about that. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, a friend of mine just messaged me and said it's so hot. Yes, it is. Absolutely hot. It is a scorcher. It's a barn burner. They messaged me on Facebook Messenger. But, usually, like, if I tell my dad, like, someone threatened to kill me or they wish death on me, Dad gets pissed because it's like, you're gonna threaten my kid with death. You're gonna wish death on my kid. Now we got a fucking problem. But even still, I'm an adult. How it affects me is really the only thing that matters, because the threats are being directed at me. Personally, like I said, I've had people threaten to kill me, and from the childhood cancer world, if you can believe that. I've had parents threaten to kill me. And now when looking back on it, it's like, how fucking childish is that? For someone to actually threaten to kill me? I mean, in your kid who has cancer is going to mimic the behaviors of their fucking weirdo parents, psycho parents, who are threatening to kill people. If that kid grows up to be deranged, I wouldn't doubt it. It wouldn't surprise me none. Because parents are supposed to be better at that, better than that at setting examples for their children. And you have these psychotic nut jobs who are anything but good examples. And I'm sure I'll be getting some kind of email saying, "Oh, you're hating on people with mental illness." No, actually, I'm not, because I also have mental health issues. depression and anxiety and bipolar disorder. I deal with those things, but I deal with them in my way. And I try to, I treat everybody the way I want to be treated until such time as I'm given a reason not to. And then they get a different side of me. They see me in a different way, in a different light, and it's no one else's fault but theirs. My attitude is based on how I'm being treated. It's not who I am. It's not a generalization or a summation of my character. It's all in the way people treat me. It's all on how I'm treated. If you treat me good, I'll treat you good. If you treat me like shit, fuck off. Now you have a problem. And if you've listened to any of my daily rants on this channel, you understand. You would understand that I don't just randomly talk about people, starting a fight. They started the fight a long time ago, and I'm just going to end it one way or the other. So, but anyway, it's about time, or at least getting close to wrapping it up. And it is. We're down to 4 minutes, and I want to thank all of you for tuning in this week. I know I didn't stay on one particular subject the whole way through, but I do appreciate you stopping by and indulging me for an hour. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. My nickname is Jerry Bear. I got that from my battle with childhood cancer. I come here on this channel every Sunday, or most every Sunday, depending on the circumstances. I didn't have anything planned today or last week. But when I am here, I'm here from 3 o'clock until 4 o'clock Eastern time. So you'll have to, depending on which time zone you live in, you'll have to figure out what 3 o'clock Eastern time would be to you. But I'm usually here discussing oh, yes, there was something else. And now I remember what I wanted to talk about. We're at the end of the fucking show. Well, I'm going to squeeze this in here anyway. I'm never going back to the back 40 ever fucking again. That's what I wanted to talk about. Now we're at the end of the show. I am never going back to the back 40 ever again, because of the fact that the people who work there, the people who run the establishment, they are very nitpicky about their customer base. In other words, they play favorites. They will mingle with their richy bitchy, well-to-do business friends, and people who are on fixed incomes are just bottom feeders, and they make that abundantly clear to the customers nearly every time I'm there. So the back 40 can fuck right off into oblivion. I'm never going back there. They've lost my business and my patronage. I will never go back. I don't care what the reason is. I don't care if there's a benefit. I don't care if they have concert. Well, it's a bar. There's no concerts. I don't care if it's for a benefit. I don't care if they have karaoke. I don't care if a DJ is going to be there. I don't care if they manage to bring back Liberace and they have a seance for him. I'm not going back to the back 40. They can fuck off. If Dad wants to go back to the back 40, that's entirely up to him. That is his own individual choice and his decision. As for myself, I'm done. I'm not going to be treated like shit. I am a human being. I deserve to be treated with some kind of respect as a patron, as a customer, and not being looked down upon because I'm not one of their well-to-do, richy, bitchy, fucking uppy, friends from Chesaning. You can go piss off, and it wouldn't bother me if the back 40 went out of business after this, because it's horseshit. Nobody should be treating anybody that way. When I go out to Billy's on Monday nights, they couldn't give two shits and a fuck about how I live my life, what I do for a living, or anything for that matter. They don't care. You know why? Because they're happy to see me. That's it. Every time I walk through the door, before I even sit in the fucking chair, they're already bringing me my drink. They know who I am. They know my name. They know what I'm there for. They're happy to see me. They don't judge me. They couldn't care how I survive in the world. It's none of their business anyway. Just like the people at the back 40, they think that they have to know every little nook and cranny about someone's life. They're full of fucking dog shit. And I'm never going back to the back 40 ever again. They can fuck off. And I'm going to end this Sunday video update on that note. Dad, last words?
All right, good. Check on your neighbors. Make sure that all the ones are nice and full. Make sure they got plenty of water and food and stuff.
All right.
So someone can't get out.
And your pets, too. Don't forget your pets
Yeah.
in the heat. But anyway, my name is Jared Fuller, a.k.a. Jerry Bear. I'll be here next week, Sunday, August 14th, 2022. Hope this wasn't too painful for some of you. But, oh well. Too late. Can't turn back time. So, I'm out. Much love. Gonna go get cooled off in front of the fans in my room. Take care, guys. See you next week.